Hey team, thanks so much for clicking on the video. I have a 20-minute yoga flow for you. Please grab your yoga mat, kick off your shoes, and I'll see you during the practice. All right, let's go ahead and get started. The back of your mat, bring your feet to a little bit closer than hip distance, mountain pose. You can even bring your big toes together, small space between your heels, soften your knees, roll those shoulders up, allow them to drop down, Padasana, your best posture pose. Inhale, both arms reach up overhead. You might even glance up at your thumbs. On your exhale, trace your hands down your legs. Come on into your first forward fold. Allow your chin to soften to your chest. And we're just going to shake the head out here like you're dumping out your brain on the floor. Relax. Come on up for a half lift. So slide your hands up the shins or thighs. So you're tabletopping the spine, crown of the head to knee. And then exhale, melt back into those legs. Put a nice bend into both knees and start to walk your hands to the floor. We're going to walk all the way to the top of your mat into a plank position. Hands under shoulders, toes curled under, a nice straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. Engage all the muscles, squeeze the thighs together, tailbone down. One more breath here. Let's come into forelimb stick. On your next exhale, melt your knees and your chest and your chin. So you're going to bring those hands under your shoulders and dip your chest and chin to the floor. So your hips are still elevated. And then slide your hips all the way down, tops of the feet melt down. Hands a little farther back for a little baby cobra. We're going to prep the spine. So peel yourself up halfway. And then on the exhale, release it down. We'll drive the heels of the hands down and come up maybe medium, moderate cobra, opening up the heart, and then exhale, release. One more. Here's your chance to go ahead and flow all the way to the top if you'd like. Shoulders down out of your ears, and then exhale, release. Heels of the hands into the floor as you push your hips up and back. Take your reverse child's pose. You can stay here as long as you'd like. You can bend your elbows if you need. You can always separate your thighs if you need a little more space for your torso. Relax your forehead, and this is home base. Come here whenever you need it. Come on forward into all fours. Knees in the shape of your hips, palms in the shape of the shoulders. Let's go ahead and cat-cow here. So exhale the chin towards your chest and tailbone down. Round your back. Reverse it. Belly down, heart moves forward, tailbone goes up. And then I'm going to set you free. Go ahead and roll with your own breath. So exhaling into a cat, inhaling into cow. Take one more. Notice that your neck is moving with your spine. Excellent. Settle in somewhere right in between. You're going to zip up your belly button and pick up your right knee and bring it to about hip height. Let's go ahead and circle that knee out to the side, under and up. We'll just do 2 and 3. One more big circle here, and reverse direction. Circle out to the side first, up and over and down. Imagine you're painting a circle with your knee. Last one. Excellent. Let's go ahead and release that knee, switch sides. So left knee up 90 degrees. Let's take 3 nice big circles, moving out to the side. My dog might walk in frame here. Hi, Nora. And then let's reverse it. Go the opposite way. So waking up those hips, bring some blood flow, and then press into your arms. Last one. Release the knee. Go ahead and curl all 10 toes under. Charge up your legs. Really plant those hands into the floor and pick your knees up, tailbone to the sky, your first downward facing dog. Your heels are going to be nice and heavy, and then spin your heels behind your ankles so you can't even see them. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and your biceps will frame up right around the ears. Good. From here, we're going to roll forward, belly button in, and just kind of like a wave roll into that plank, which you know, landing shoulders over hips. Let's do it again. Exhale, belly to the spine. Pick up the hips, down dog. And then inhale, roll forward like a wave, nice and slow, almost like a little bit of a cat spine on the way down. Land plank, you know it. Last one. Exhale, hips to the sky, like someone's pulling your tailbone up. And then roll through with your breath, landing your plank pose. Beautiful. From plank pose, I'm going to ask you to float your right leg up. Hold it there. Firm those triceps. Good. Release. Let's set it down and tuck the toes of the right foot as you float your left leg up. Hold it there. Wake up the glutes. Beautiful. And release. Hips to the sky. And then bend your knees, spring load your legs, look forward, and walk to the front of your mat. Take as many steps as you need to. You're facing that short side of the front of your mat here. Slide those hands halfway up your legs, crown of the head to me, and then exhale, release. Bend both knees pretty deeply here because we're going to ragdoll ourselves up. So roll through, pushing through all four corners of both feet. Your head will come up last. And just kind of stack your vertebra, right? Roll the shoulders at the top, let them drop. Palms open to the sides, your best posture pose. So tuck that chin a little bit so you have really nice tall spine all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale, both arms up. On the exhale, fold. Maybe a swan dive this time, but feel free to slide down the legs if you need it. Half lift on your in-breath. Exhale to release it. Bend those knees. You're going to spring load your legs. Fingers will find the floor. And then stretch your right leg straight back. Runner's lunge or low lunge. Fingertips are light, so light that as you scissor your legs, you can float your arms all the way up into crescent lunge. Good. Get a nice sensation here on that right hip. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take our hands to our heart center. So in prayer, thumbs to your sternum. And then reach your heart forward. Reach your sternum forward. And then start to twist to your left. And as you do, you're going to hook that left tricep on the outside of your quadricep here. Sorry, right tricep on the outside of your quadricep. Now, if that feels like a lot, you can bend your back knee and settle it on down into the floor. But if you're able to, energetically push the ball of the back foot as you open and twist towards your left. Good. From here, we'll slowly face down onto the mat, and you'll frame the foot with the hands. Spring load your back leg a little bit, and then spring off into a standing splits. Walk your hands forward with your eye gaze to the floor. Maybe you lift that leg a little bit higher. You're standing on your left leg here. Allow your head to dangle down. Good. Release your right foot to the floor. You can shake your hips out from right to left. And let's halfway lift to decompress the spine. So slide up a little bit, belly in, and then exhale, release. Bend the knees. Let's step that left leg straight back like you're stepping on railroad tracks. So different lines. Lighten on your fingers here for low lunge and lift your heart, lift your chest. Start to engage your inner thighs so that your upper body gets light as you reach your arms to the sky. Crescent lunge. Feel that sensation in your back hip. Can you pull your right hip back as you push your left hip forward? Bring your hands to heart center into prayer mudra. And then as you tip your torso forward, really elongate so that you can twist. You're going to hook left tricep on the outside of the right thigh. Palms push together as you spiral your heart open to that side. You can always melt your back knee down and take a modified version, or try for that tough version, keeping your back leg straight and strong. Slowly release your heart and face the front of the mat. You'll square the hands on either side of your front foot. Put a little spring load in your back leg and pick it up when you're ready for standing splits. Let your head dangle down. Reach that leg up to the sky. The closer your hands are to your foot, the harder it is. And the farther away, the easier it is. Slowly step that left foot to meet the right. Shake out your hips here. Come on up for the half lift. And then exhale, release. Heel toe your feet together so that your big toes are touching. Little space between your heels. Bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair here. And then just scrape the mat with your middle fingers as you reach up into chair pose. Sit a little bit lower. Bring those hands back to heart. We're going to take that twist. You know what it is, right? Let's do it to the left first. So slowly hook the right tricep outside of that thigh. Gently press your heart open. Perhaps you stay here in twisted chair, or you can reach your right fingers to the floor and your left fingers to the sky, opening up your wings a little deeper. Slowly release, hands back to heart center. Come through the middle here. Let's take a big breath into your chair. Sink an inch. Frame those ears with your biceps. Hands to heart, prayer. Prepare for your twist. You're going to hook that left tricep outside, palms together, and then push your heart open to the opposite side. So you should feel a nice twist happening in your spine. Gently pull that left knee back so that it's in line with the right. You can open the wings if that feels good. Reaching fingers for the floor, fingers for the sky. But honor what you find. Come back to prayer if you chose to open. Center yourself, reach both arms up. Sink an inch. Are we burning? Push down into the legs. Rise on up. Little back bend here at the top. And then slide down your legs as you fold. Melt into that forward fold. Half lift. Fingertips to shins or the floor if that's there, if it's available. And then fold once more. Relax your back. Bend your knees. Plant your palms. And step both legs back. Find your plank pose, plank asana. Spiral the eyes of your elbows forward so that when you bend your elbows, they go backwards. We're going to take a chaturanga here. So either from your knees or your toes, you decide. Start to shift your weight forward over your hands and then lower nice and slow. Hover a couple inches from the mat. Push forward a little bit more. Tops of the feet can find the floor. Baby cobra, mid cobra, full cobra. Or if your back's pretty happy today, I invite you to try up dog. Tops of the feet, thighs floating up. A little energy there. Go ahead. From here, you can either lower down and press back, or you can roll through your feet and pike those hips up for downward facing dog. Heels are nice and heavy. Soft knees, chin slightly tucked. Go ahead and bring those big toes to touch, so a nice narrow stance. We'll stretch the right leg up to the sky. Draw the right knee through, and like you want to kiss it, round your back, firm everything. Inhale it back up. Let's take right knee to right elbow. Once again, firm everything. That midsection's working. Inhale it back up. Right knee to left elbow. So cross your midline, little twist. Inhale it back up. Now this one, we're going to see if we can step that foot between the hands. Stay high in the hips and aim that right foot in between your hands. If you don't get it there, you can drag it with your hand. You can heel toe it, right? Spin your back heel to the floor. Line it up with your front heel, so like you're on a balance beam. We're going to cartwheel up with your left arm first. Go ahead and cartwheel your way up into a warrior two. And I'm going to turn and face you guys. So heel to heel alignment, front knee is bent, arms extended, sink. Head, heart, hips, same line. Good. Let's stretch the torso forward. Flip your front palm, slide back hand down your thigh, and then reach it up. Chin off the chest. Reverse warrior. Take a nice side stretch here, and then on that exhale, you'll come through Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2, and then take your front elbow to your thigh. Palm is up. Back arm is going to stretch up and over, and then as it does, go ahead and rotate your ribs open to the sky. Chin up off the chest, look up. Press your back heel energetically into the floor. Good. Slowly return, warrior two. We're going to push into that front leg until it's almost straight, so not all the way straight. And then heel toe your back foot in just a little bit for triangle pose. Surf that torso forward once more, and then you can lower to your thigh, your shin, your ankle, the floor, or maybe a block if you have one. As you reach up through your left arm, maybe gaze at it, so turn the chin up. So that's your drishti, wherever you're gazing. Finding your balance here in triangle pose. Soft knees as you return to stand right where you started. Reverse that triangle. Slide your hand down your thigh, chin up off the chest. Good. Enjoy the side stretch. So from here, we're going to take one more balance asana. Look at the floor in front of your right foot. Put a bend in your right knee. Start to reach for the floor with your right fingertips. And then maybe you find a floor, block, chair, whatever you got. Lift that back leg up. This is half moon pose. So you're opening your hip out as you reach your left arm up. This is the tough balance pose. Feel free to do a little dance with the floor where you lift and lower, lift and lower. That's fine. From here, you'll slowly exhale right back to where you started. Whew. Take a cartwheel in reverse. So right, left, frame your front foot. Pick up your back heel. So wiggle onto the ball of your left foot. Hollow out your belly and step your right leg to meet your left. We'll take a chaturanga either from your knees or from your toes. Make sure your eyes are facing forward. And then you'll just hover, shift forward, baby cobra, full cobra, up dog. You choose. Honor your spine, long as neck. Their neck is long. You know what I meant, right? And then you can roll through those feet and pick the hips up, or you can push it up and back and make your way to down dog. Take your time if you need it. You can always rest in child's pose if that's calling your name. The left leg is next, so bring those big toes close, and you'll sweep your left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Firm your core here as you draw your knee forward and through. See if you can hollow out your belly like you want to kiss your knee. Inhale that left leg right back up. We're going to take it to the outside of your left tricep. So coming forward onto the hands, shift a little more weight forward, and then inhale it back up. The right tricep, so cross your midline here. Exhale towards the elbow. Inhale it back up. Here's the one where you step to the front of your mat. So use the same core muscles that you just strengthened to bring that left foot all the way in between your hands. Swivel your back heel down and line it up with your front heel. Little cartwheel for fun here. So right, left, can you land in Warrior Two? Here's where I'm going to flip around to face the camera. So you're on your balance beam, stretching out those wings, stacking your center. Both legs are alive. Shift your gaze over your front left hand, and you're just going to serve your torso forward. And then backhand down your thigh, reach it on up. Extend. Good. A little side stretch here. Keep your front knee from caving as you return through your center. Lower your front elbow to your thigh, extended side ankle. Reach it on up. And as you do, go ahead and open your heart and ribs to the ceiling. Maybe even look up at the ceiling. Chin up off the chest. Good. Return through center here. Really drive down through your legs. You're in Warrior Two. Push to the outside of that left foot and then heel toe your back foot in a little bit. Still on the same line, legs a little bit straighter for triangle pose. Stretch your torso forward and then lower. Thigh, shin, ankle, floor, or block if you have it. Open up that right arm to the sky and take your triangle. You feel like you're pinned between two panes of glass. Perhaps even looking up at your hand. Energetic legs here to come out of triangle, return to your start and reverse it. Open up your left side body, breathe into that side lung. Good, preparing for half moon, kind of like your challenge, your peak pose. Look forward at the floor in front of your left foot, bend your left knee, reach for the floor with left hand, and then when you're ready, stretch that right leg up, finding half moon. Stretching right arm up to the sky. If your gaze is down, that will make the pose a little bit easier. Always challenge your balance by looking forward or even looking up at that hands. Start to bend that left knee and then softly land right back to where you started. Try to make it look like you meant to. Reverse your cartwheel down. So hands frame out the foot, pick up the back heel, firm the core as you push those hands down. We're going to take ourselves through a chaturanga. So elbows will scrape the ribs. Maybe a baby cobra, maybe full cobra, maybe up dog. You decide. You can lower down and press back, or you can roll through. Choose your transition. Heels heavy, hips high. Your gaze is towards your shins. Slowly melt those knees to the floor. Uncurl your toes. Take your hips to your heels. Tiptoe your fingers forward. Melt that forehead down. You should be finding some heat. See if you can match it with your breath. Good. We'll tiptoe the fingers on over towards the right side of your mat and just get a little side stretch here. Really press your hips away towards the left back side of your mat. And then with your next inhale, walk on over other side. A little walk, walk, walk with the hands and then press with the hips. Stretch that waist. Good. From center, we'll go ahead and shift into all fours. Tabletop position. Stretch your right arm up to the sky. Maybe look at it as it goes. And then thread the needle. Hook it underneath your armpits. And allow your shoulder and ear to find the floor. Rest your head. The left hand can tiptoe to the top of the mat, like a 12 o'clock on a clock face. Or that left hand can balance above the shoulder. Or maybe even reach for your back right hip in a little shoulder bind. Of course, always if you feel pain, you can put more pressure on that hand or sink back into your knees a little bit more if you need it. Go ahead and unwind, pressing through your left hand. Reach on up through the right arm. And then undo the whole thing. We'll do side two, thread the needle. Inhale, open, expand the chest. Reach up to the left. Thread the needle under that right armpit. Allow your ear, shoulder, head to find the floor. Melt into it. Find a nice shoulder stretch. You can leave this right hand where it is for support. You can tiptoe it to the top of the mat. You could balance it or maybe bind it, reaching for your other hip. You decide. If you feel tension in your neck, feel free to sit back in those knees a little more. We're going to unwind with your next breath. As you do, you'll push into the floor with your right hand. Stretch your left arm up. And exhale, release. Good work. Go ahead and swing your heels around. We're going to sit in Sukhasana, which is just ankles, shins crossed, flex feet. Roll the shoulders up and release them down. And then rock side to side. You can pull the pillows off the couch if you like. Just pull the hip flesh back so that you're sitting on your ischial tuberosities. Rest with palms up. A gesture of receiving. Soften your chin down to your chest. And we'll just take a quick little neck roll from right to left. So just roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. You're shining your left ear up. And then roll through the center. Draw a little crescent moon across your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Shine your right ear up. Good. One more time for good measure. Take a deep breath. Kind of scan your body here. And this is in place of a traditional savasana. Roll back to the center. This is a very short practice. I would like you to encourage you to maybe find a few moments for some stillness after this practice. Take the gaze back down to the floor. Inhale, arms overhead. Match your palms and slide them to your heart center. Thumbs at your heart. At the end of every yoga practice, we say namaste. It just means the light and spirit within me respects and salutes the light and spirit within all of you. Thank you guys for practicing